Izinkan saya perkenalkan diri saya terlebih dahulu. Saya Marisa Malia yang akan menjadi host atau MC pada webinar hari ini. Untuk selanjutnya, penyambutan kepada yang terhormat Mr. Snell Pandit selaku Vice President SDM dari PT Auren Pro Solutions. Greetings to the honor Mr. Faisal Snell Pandit as Vice President Team of PT Auren Pro Solutions. Yang terhormat Mr. Faisal Badar, Director PT Auren Pro Solutions. Greetings to the honor of Mr. Faisal Badar as Director of PT Auren Pro Solutions. Dan yang terhormat Bapak Mahendra selaku Chairman of Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia. Yang terhormat Bapak Dr. Andes Insinyur Hutomo Lembito MBA CMILP Dewan Pakar Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia yang akan menjadi salah satu panelis atau pembicara pada webinar hari ini. Juga yang terhormat Bapak Okin Bringan Purba STMM SLP selaku moderator dalam webinar hari ini. Dan yang terhormat juga Bapak-Bapak, Ibu-Ibu serta rekan-rekan dari tamu undangan dan peserta webinar hari ini. Next is short greeting for Mr. Faisal Badar as Director of PT Auren Pro Solutions. Mr. Faisal Badar, the floor is yours.
Hello. Iya.
Yeah, you can say short greeting for the audience and the participants. Mr. Faisal.
Okay, selamat pagi everyone. Thank you for joining the meeting, Pak and Ibu semua. And we are thankful for Pak Okin to organize this, and thank you for the Ali Association and President Pa Mahendra for giving us the opportunity to have a joint webinar on digital transformation. So we see Indonesia to be growing and globalizing more in supply chain, because supply chain connects different countries. So we see that globalization will make Indonesia grow more faster and connected. We are already connected in the ASEAN and biggest economy in ASEAN already, Indonesia. So we're looking at globalization and digital transformation in supply chain and logistics. So today's discussion will be on that topic, and we have very thankful to Pa Hutomo to join us also in this webinar. Terima kasih semua. Pak Okin, maybe you can take in.
Okay, thank you Mr. Faisal for the short briefing. Untuk selanjutnya, saya akan membacakan agenda webinar hari ini. Kita dimulai nanti ada menyanyikan dan mendengarkan lagu Indonesia Raya, sambutan dan pembukaan webinar, panel session yaitu pemaparan material oleh para panelis sekaligus diskusi dan tanya jawab yang akan dipandu oleh Bapak Okin Purba selaku moderator, dan selanjutnya terakhir adalah penutup. Memasuki agenda selanjutnya yaitu menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya. Para hadirin dimohon untuk berdiri dan mendengarkan lagu Indonesia Raya dengan hikmat. Ya, terima kasih. Untuk agenda selanjutnya kita akan ada sambutan. Sambutan akan disampaikan oleh Bapak Mahendra selaku Chairman of Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia untuk delivering opening speech. To Mr. Mahendra, the floor is yours.
Terima kasih Bu Marisa. Mungkin ini share benderanya dan lagunya bisa apakah suara saya didengar dengan baik?
Sudah, Pak.
Oke, baik.
Sudah
Terima kasih.
terdengar suaranya.
Ya,
Assalamualaikum.
Crystal.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera buat kita semua. Salam sehat. Salam sehat selalu. Pertama-tama yang terhormat Mr. Snehal Pandit, Vice President of SCM PT Aurion Pro Solutions. Of course, Pak Faisal Badar, Director of PT Aurion Solutions. Thank you very much for collaborating this event. Ini untuk kesekian kali kita berkolaborasi bersama-sama dan dalam topik yang cukup futuristik karena supply chain digital transformation on supply chain and logistics. Betul sekali Pak Faisal tadi katakan bahwa ini adalah suatu keharusan bagi negara seperti Indonesia ketika dia ingin berkancah di global market. Seperti kami di Asosiasi Logistik juga memprediksi bahwa 2045
ini dihapus tuh. Cocokin dulu.
Ada yang kurang dulu. Di 2045 Pak Faisal, memang Indonesia ini diprediksi untuk menjadi salah satu atau 4 negara, termasuk 4 negara industri terbesar di dunia di 2045 ketika Indonesia berusia 100 tahun. Nah, itu tinggal 23 tahun lagi Pak Faisal dan Bapak Ibu sekalian. Kita melihat bahwa kalau kita tidak siapkan dari sekarang SDM kita di supply chain dan logistik ini, maka industrialisasi itu tidak akan mungkin terjadi. Kemudian kita tahu sendiri global market ini, the battle is in the supply chain ya Pak Faisal Badar. The battle of the industry or the product in the market is actually in the supply chain. Somebody, those who can conquer the supply chain and logistics in the world, they can conquer the market. Seperti itu. Nah, untuk itu maka kita dalam hal ini Ali berkepentingan untuk melakukan pembinaan, kemudian memberi semacam kayak seperti ini di webinar untuk melihat situasi di dunia mengenai persaingan itu dan bagaimana supply chain logistik yang sekarang bertransformasi ke digital. Dan digitalisasi itu sebuah hal yang sekarang nyata dan harus kita miliki dan kita kuasai seperti itu. Nah, hari ini kita akan mendengarkan teman-teman yang dari ahli, Dewan Pakar, dan juga pengurus ahli yang punya pengalaman di bidang itu. Saya juga ingin mengucapkan terima kasih Pak Hutomo Lembito sebagai anggota Dewan Pakar, Pak Okin, Pak Purnaya, beliau adalah senior di Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia yang mudah-mudahan bisa juga mengangkat proses transformasi digital ini dalam diskusi hari ini bersama Pak Faisal Badar. Itu aja, dan kami selalu mengencourage kolaborasi semacam ini kepada pihak-pihak yang memang concern terhadap perkembangan supply chain dan digital di Indonesia. Selamat berwebinar dan diskusi bersama, dan saya berharap semua partisipan juga aktif untuk bertanya kepada ahli-ahlinya di sini, sehingga kita nanti bisa membawa pulang sesuatu atau ilmu yang bisa kita kembangkan di bidang di tempat kita masing-masing. Sekali lagi terima kasih atas kerjasama ini Pak Faisal dan Pak Senehal. Mudah-mudahan kita di waktu-waktu berikutnya dapat melakukan hal yang sama dan lebih baik lagi. Terima kasih dan saya kembalikan ke Bu Marisa. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Pak Mahendra atas opening speech-nya. Next, we will invite Mr. Faisal Badar, Director of PTR and Pro Solutions, to deliver opening speech and open the webinar. Mr. Faisal, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marisa, for the introduction, and thank you, Pa Mahendra, for all the nice introduction of the webinar today. And let me present my topic on and share my screen.
Pak Faisal, I think, I'm sorry, just to interrupt. Maybe you just opening this officially.
Yeah.
We are not yet come to the panel discussion yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Pa Okin, and all the participants joining us together today. So in Indonesia and logistics in Indonesia, the topic is on the transformation, digital transformation. We have Pa Hutomo and Pa Okin together with us, and also all other President Pa Mahendra together with us. So in supply chain industry, as we say, digital transformation is required to win the market, as Pa Mahendra was explaining. So we will be talking on this topic more on how the digital transformation is going to increase the efficiency and the cost, decrease the cost actually. So the cost of logistics, supply chain and logistics is quite higher in compared to other ASEAN countries, in ASEAN 6 countries if we compare. So and there is a deliberate push for digital transformation, so that each and every company are collaborated. So there are multiple factors which are actually pushing us to digitalize, like the pandemic. If you see the COVID-19, we have been experiencing from past 2 years. So it has been like people living at home and wearing pajama and doing all the work from their home, right? So and it has been 2 years, so we have been going and coming back. So there is restrictions. So it has been pushing all the businesses going online or on the online portal, so that they can communicate each other to their colleagues, and the business has to run. So the logistics and supply chain is the forefront of every business. So without logistics and supply chain, nothing is going to move. The goods has to move, the essential goods like foods, on food and healthcare, which are very important to move from one country to another country, or within the country. The supply chain has to be the forefront for all the business. So for all the business to run. So for a restaurant to run or for a hotel to run, the food, the necessary items has to be supplied. So we from the logistics industries are the front runners. So we have to be equipped with the latest technologies and digital platforms which enables people to be running their business. So we are the front runner, enabling other business retailers, the manufacturers, the distributors, the production unit, everyone has dependent on supply chain. So if supply chain is modernized, is digitalized, so it gets connected with different sectors, different business sectors, different business industries. So we would like to thank everyone joining us and listening to us on digital transformation. We will be having a discussion more in detail and presentation to how we can digitalize the supply chain logistics and globalize Indonesia in the market, how the local Indonesian logistics companies as well as supply chain industries grow. As we know that Indonesia is the biggest economy in ASEAN, Southeast Asia, and people are looking at Indonesia for the growth of the world as well. So thank you very much for everyone's time today in the morning and joining us. So, yeah, Marissa, maybe you can take it.
Oke, thank you Mr. Faisal for the opening speech. And selanjutnya kita akan menyaksikan PPT introduction dari PT Aurianpro dan Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia.
Founded in 1997, Mumbai-based Aurianpro Solutions Limited is a technology product and solution provider, helping enterprises boost digital innovation. No matter whether your product travels by road, sea or air, we will take care of it. Awarded for Warehouse and Logistics Excellence Award by Quantic, our solution SCM profits serve industries such as warehousing, freight forwarding, project logistics, distribution, manufacturing, returnable supply chain, e-commerce fulfillment and the vital life-saving distribution of vaccines and essentials. We have an overall presence worldwide which makes us a strong enterprise. So why wait? Partner with us for a digital movement. Invest in simplicity being our motto. We help to accelerate the power by digital landscaping your supply chain business, headquartered in Mumbai with offices in Singapore, Indonesia, Middle East and Africa.
Kita sudah menyaksikan TTC introduction dari Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia dan juga PT Arun Pro Solution. Untuk selanjutnya kita memasuki ke acara inti, yaitu pemaparan materi oleh para panelis, sekaligus diskusi dan tanya jawab yang akan dipandu oleh Bapak Okin Purba, selaku moderator pada webinar hari ini. Kepada Bapak Okin, waktu dan tempat kami persilakan.
Oke, terima kasih Bu Marisa, MC kita yang sangat bersemangat mengawali acara kita pagi ini. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, good morning. Ya, welcome to the event webinar this morning ya, yang terselenggara berkat kerjasama Ali Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia dengan Orion Pro ya, SCM Profit, Invest and Simplicity. Oke, mohon izin untuk memulai memoderasi acara webinar kita pagi ini. Ya, I am Okin Purba, yes, your moderator today. Ladies and gentlemen, pagi ini sangat spesial sekali karena speaker atau narasumber kita adalah orang top ya, top dan berkompeten di bidangnya, yaitu di bidang logistik dan supply chains. Ya. Bapak Ibu yang saya hormati, ya once again. It is my pleasure to be here, and I will be your moderator for the webinar this morning. And our topic for this session is very, very interesting actually, ya, yaitu bicara digital transformation in the supply chains and logistic industry. Yeah, there are two prominent speakers being with us right now, and this event will last approximately 1 hour. So I do hope that all of us could follow and enjoy the webinar to the end. And according to the timeline, we're going to plan in 2 sessions. Yeah, first session is a presentation from its speaker, and the second session is Q&A. Oke, Bapak Ibu sekalian, ya tentunya sangat pengen tahu nih sebenarnya ya apa sih yang dimaksud dengan digital transformation ya dalam industri supply chain sama logistik ya. Apa sih sebenarnya yang kita dapat dari digitalization? Ya, this webinar will answer. Please stay tuned ya. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our speaker, ya Bapak Dr. Insinyur Hutomo Lembito, MBA, CSLP, CMILT. Dalam posisi beliau sebagai Dewan Pakar Ali Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia. Dan Mr. Faisal Bader as a Director PT Orion Pro Solution, SCM Profit. Ya. First of all, before we start, I'm going to share our speaker short profile and their background. Let's keep going. Let's see. All right. The first speaker, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Hutomo Lembito, MBA, CSLP, CIMILT. Pendidikan formal beliau sekarang adalah S3. Saya hanya sebutkan yang terakhir saja ya, S3 Doktor Degree dari IPB. Kemudian juga pengalaman kerja beliau sangat banyak sekali. Saya akan sebutkan 3 yang terakhir saja. Sebagai Managing Director di PT Gatra Bama dan sebagai CEO di PT United Forkindo Selaras dan sebagai CEO di PT Ugra Taraka Sigra. Tugas mengajar beliau di Universitas Pancasila, Magister Manajemen Eksekutif, Institut Teknologi Bandung, IPMI International Business School, BINUS University, Bakri University, PPM School of Management, Institut Pertanian Bogor. Ya, penugasan juga banyak sekali, saya akan ambil beberapa saja. Tim ahli Sisloknas Kemenko Perekonomian, ya 2011 sampai 2014. Pokja Sikloknas, Dewan Pakar Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia, Dewan Pembina ISLI, Institut Supply Chain and Logistik Indonesia, SCM Advisor to BOD, PT Pos Indonesia, PT Semen Indonesia, PT Perum Bulog, PT Wijaya Karya Beton, PT Kereta Api Logistik, dan masih banyak lagi, Bapak Ibu. Ya, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Hutomo Lembito is going to deliver the first topic regarding digital transformation in supply chain and logistic industry. And then I'm going to get the second speaker, Bapak Faisal Beder. Faisal Beder is currently the director of PT Orient Pro Solution. He received a Bachelor of Engineering from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, India, 2002. Yeah, he is going to deliver the second topic regarding digital transformation in supply chain and logistic industry as well. Yeah. Okay, for the speaker, Pak Hutomo Lembito dan Pak Faisal, you can use bahasa in English or mix it up is okay in your presentation. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our first speaker, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Hutomo Lembito, to deliver your presentation. You have 20 minutes. Stage is short now. Silakan, Pak Lembito.
Okay, good morning, Pak Faisal and friends, and also distinguished guests that attend this webinar. Terima kasih Pak Mahendra dan Pak Okin dan rekan-rekan semua di Asosiasi Logistik, dan juga selamat datang pada rekan-rekan yang hadir di webinar pada hari ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Mohon izin saya berbagi sedikit beberapa hal yang secara basic akan saya sampaikan, dan nantinya mungkin secara praktikal sebanyak akan dibahas oleh Pak Faisal. Mohon izin.
Silakan, Pak.
Oke, baik. Ada 4 topik yang saya akan bahas pada pagi hari ini. Yang pertama, The Three Amigos. Kemudian bicara mengenai The Bionic Company. Ketiga, mengenai digital mindset. Dan yang keempat, digital supply chain. Apa yang kita sebut, apa yang disebut dengan 3 sekawan ini? 3 sekawan adalah konsep dasar, yakni mengenai digitisasi, digitalization, dan digital transformation. Banyak yang kita sering kebalik-balik istilah hari ini mengenai hal ini. Jadi saya coba membahas basic pembahasan atau pengertian apa itu digitalisasi, apa itu digitalisasi, dan apa itu digital transformation. Kalau kita memahami mengenai digitisasi adalah mengkonversi sesuatu yang belum digital atau analog menjadi digital. Ya, biasanya kita melakukan encoding data atau documents. Sedangkan digitalisasi adalah mengconvert bisnis proses dengan menjadi digital teknologi. Jadi ini hal-hal yang mungkin sangat basic, dan juga kalau kita lihat lagi adalah dari yang tadinya offline ataupun paper based whiteboard menjadi sekarang kita online. Seperti pada pagi hari ini, ya ini kita seminar dengan menggunakan online. Perbedaan mendasar adalah digitalisasi adalah mengkonversi analog information ke dalam digital form, sedangkan digitalisasi adalah membangun satu digital teknologi supaya bisa membangun satu bisnis proses yang berinteraksi dan juga berkolaborasi. Jadi dasarnya adalah satu informasi, yang satu lagi ada proses dan interaction. Contohnya sederhana kita lihat mengenai scanning dokumen kepada PDF, kalau kita lihat digitalisasi, kemudian membangun satu katakanlah paper ya menjadi digital version, yang dulu kita kenal video VHS menjadi MP4 dan sebagainya. Sedangkan kalau kita lihat digitalisasi adalah mengirimkan pesan-pesan melalui email, kemudian chatting, kemudian kita sekarang juga meeting via video dan seterusnya. Ini adalah bentuk-bentuk yang kita pahami atau kita sekarang kita nikmati pada hari ini. Nah, secara lebih jelas lagi kalau kita bicara digitalisasi adalah mengenai konversi ya dari analog data menjadi digital data. Kalau digitalisasi sebuah strategi yang menggunakan digital teknologi yang termasuk diantaranya adalah manusia, teknologi, proses, dan juga bagaimana kita mengeksekusinya. Sedangkan digital transformation adalah melakukan perpindahan atau transformasi dari budaya yang tadinya tidak menggunakan teknologi, sekarang kita harus mengadopsi adalah teknologi. Jadi this is like a digital transformations. saya coba I'm trying to have a simple way of the information to look digitization, what is digitalization and digital transformation. So means that the information is happens to data, and information is like what is the information. Then a higher level of that is a process, that means a digitalizations. And then there's a strategic decision is a digital transformation. Jadi digital transformation adalah merupakan strategik keputusan yang bersifat strategis. Jadi dalam perusahaan kita dengan era Industrial 4.0, kita juga mulai memahami bahwa perlu mengadopsi, tadi juga Pak Faisal atau Pak Mahendra sudah menjelaskan di awal bahwa sekarang kita sudah merupakan kekinian. Jadi kita harus beradopsi atau melihat strategi-strategi perusahaan untuk mengadopsi teknologi ini. Jadi kalau kita lihat yang digitalisasi adalah masa lalu kita gitu, kita pakai telepon gitu, masih pakai pencet gitu ya, masih pakai kabel. Sekarang pada saat ini kita sudah menggunakan mobile phone, dan future mulai berbicara nih ya, antara machine to machine, machine to man, machine to machine dan sebagainya ya. Ini adalah hal-hal yang kita lihat di masa mendatang gitu ya. Nah, saya akan itu ada 3 sekawan yang kita sekarang berkaitan. Jadi tidak bisa digital transformation ujuk-ujuk datang gitu tanpa kita memahami apa digitalisasi, apa itu digitalisasi, sehingga 3 sekawan ini menjadi salah satu fondasi bagaimana mentransformasi. Kemudian saya akan mencoba untuk menjelaskan apa yang disebut bionic company. Gitu. Jadi ini adalah salah satu konsep yang ditelurkan atau disampaikan oleh Boston Consulting Group mengenai bionic company. Jadi digital transformation adalah membangun satu perusahaan berkolaborasi antara manusia dengan teknologi gitu. Jadi kapabilitas manusia dengan teknologi. Jadi tujuannya utamanya adalah membantu supaya bisnis mampu melakukan respons ataupun adopsi teknologi yang terus berkembang. Dan juga tujuannya adalah membangun satu performance yang lebih baik, lebih respons, lebih agile dengan membangun satu atau beradopsi dengan teknologi-teknologi ICT yang terkini gitu ya. Sehingga tujuan kita adalah mencari ataupun mengambil kemampuan atau advantage of digital untuk bisa stay kompetitif gitu, dengan menghadapi VUCA pada saat ini ya. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, dunia yang terus berkembang, adanya disruptif teknologi yang terus berkembang, adanya kita mengalami IR 4.0, sekarang kita mulai pandemik, belum lagi sekarang lagi ada ancaman dari perang dan sebagainya. Ini kita harus sebagai perusahaan harus terus beradaptasi. Yang dimaksud dengan bionic company adalah menggabungkan teknologi dengan kemampuan manusia dengan tujuan membangun satu inovasi, membangun satu keunggulan, membangun satu perkembangan, efisiensi, dan juga tentunya ketahanannya, resilience. Saya akan sharing satu video menarik dari mengenai bionic company, mudah-mudahan kita bisa tangkap esensinya.
The pandemic has been a real test of digital capabilities for many companies, and it has brought the future forward. As a result, digital transformations have become the #1 strategic imperative for most organizations. But our research shows that only 30% of digital transformations succeed in achieving their outcomes and creating sustainable change. So the most important question for executive teams is how to assure success. BCG has studied over 70 digital transformations that we have done with our clients, and this proprietary empirical data has allowed us to determine what drives success. 6 factors, if properly addressed, can flip the odds of success from 30% to 80%. The first factor is having an integrated strategy, which brings together an overarching vision, strategic initiatives, and quantified business outcomes. The second factor is a commitment to the transformation, not just by top management, but also by middle management. Third is deploying and managing high caliber talent, including digital skills as well as change management skills like resilience, perseverance, and influencing skills. The fourth is an agile governance, which drives agile, mission-oriented ways of working in the organization. Then there is effective monitoring of progress with clear metrics and clear accountability for delivery. And lastly, we have the deployment of modular, cloud-based technology and data platforms, spec'd and built in line with business needs. There are three observations worth noting. Firstly, you have the maximum chance of succeeding only when you address all 6 factors adequately. Secondly, these 6 success factors are industry agnostic and hold up across all the regions of the world. Thirdly, the success factors are not influenced by either the breadth or the scope of digital transformations. The 6 factors are the empirically derived recipe for success in getting your company from its current state to a digital end state, which we call a bionic company, combining human and technological capabilities for bionic outcomes which are self-sustaining. Digital transformations are an imperative in our pandemic-affected, digitally disrupted world, but a 30% success rate is daunting. BCG's proprietary research flips the odds of success from 30% to 80%.
Baik, itu adalah gambaran apa yang disebut bionic company. Kemudian juga disampaikan bahwa ada persyaratan-persyaratan supaya transformasi digital di perusahaan kita itu sukses. Ada 6 hal, terutama strategiknya, hubungan antara pimpinan dengan bawahannya, kemudian keterlibatan peoples, dan terutama adalah mencari talent-talent dan tentunya juga menggunakan teknologi yang tepat. Kalau kita melihat dari 3 komponen ini, yang di sebelah kiri teknologi atau data-data, hal-hal yang sudah kita ketahui, sering kita bahas, data, big data, cloud, mobile device, social media, software, dan seterusnya. Tapi yang terpenting 2 faktor di sini yang disebutkan juga tadi adalah management, yaitu proses business modelnya, operating model, strategic, business activities, cultures, dan sebagainya. Dan termasuk yang paling penting adalah people-nya sendiri, sehingga penekanan kepada people, perubahan mindset, pola pikir dari perusahaan maupun orang, ataupun karyawan-karyawan menjadi hal yang pokok yang harus kita pahami. Ya. Nah, saya akan mencoba menggambar bahwa kita semua harus memahami apa itu yang disebut dengan digital mindset, gitu ya. Ada satu slide saja yang saya ingin sampaikan bahwa apa itu digital mindset adalah kemampuan berkolaborasi dan kemampuan melakukan identifikasi kehebatan atau kecanggihan teknologi, dan juga mampu juga melakukan kreativitas, disruptif, membangun satu keunikan, dan membangun satu mindset yang memberikan nilai tambah. Jadi digital mindset adalah attitude atau sikap atau perilaku dari organisasi dan orang yang membangun satu kemampuan untuk bekerja sama, dan juga kemampuan untuk mengekstrak teknologi yang kita terapkan di dalam pekerjaan. Karena kalau mindset kita ada reluctant atau menolak, menjadi sulit. Teknologinya boleh kita beli sangat canggih gitu, dan mungkin Pak Faisal bisa membahas nanti bagaimana mengimplementasikan teknologi itu masalah mindset gitu ya. Masalah apakah nanti katakanlah kita terganggu merasa bahwa kita akan digantikan teknologi. Padahal bukan itu, padahal justru akan mempercepat gitu pekerjaan kita. Jadi digital mindset adalah satu konsekuensi mendasar dari penerimaan kita terhadap industri 4.0. Jadi ini hal-hal yang perlu kita paham. Nah, kemudian saya akan masuk kepada topik apa sih sebetulnya digital supply chain. Jadi banyak definisi, banyak pemahaman, tapi saya coba mengambil beberapa hal pokok yang kita sebut digital supply chain. Jadi kalau kita melihat di dalam satu perusahaan yang tadi katakanlah bionic company gitu, di mana sudah menjadi kita sebut digital enterprise, maka supply chain ada di tengah, gitu, the centrals ya. Jadi ada digital workplace, ada digital engineering and manufacturing, ada digital product, service and business model, ada digital customer and channel management. Tapi yang terpenting adalah di tengah, yaitu digital supply chain, karena ini mengintegrasikan planning execution, mengintegrasikan logistic visibility, membangun logistic visibility, ada Procure 4.0, ada smart warehousing, spare part management, dan seterusnya. Sehingga ini menjadikan centrals, ya. Kemudian kita melihat pola perubahan mindset kita, yang tadinya kita melihat di model sebelah kiri yang kita kenal sebagai SCORE model, Supply Chain Operating Reference Model, di mana kita masih melihat ada source, make, delivery, ya, sifatnya sebagai series, satu activity yang series, di atasnya ada plan, ada return, and enables. Kita sekarang bertransformasi menjadi digital supply networks, gitu, di mana aktivitas itu berada di tengah dan saling berinteraksi dan selalu on, atau agility on terus, jadi tidak terputus. Nah, ini yang sebetulnya pola pikir yang sebetulnya teman-teman atau bapak-bapak dan ibu sekalian yang hadir di seminar ini sudah sering mendengar, tapi saya akan mencoba melihat dari segi transformasi yang tradisional itu menjadi namanya DSN, Digital Supply Networks atau Digital Supply Chain Networks. Ini adalah perubahan mendasar. Jadi saya menyampaikan bahwa yang kita lihat, kita pelajari hari ini, atau sering kita diskusikan di seminar ataupun kita lakukan di dalam teaching dan sebagainya, itu sudah masuk ke dalam traditional supply chain models, gitu, di mana ada supplier, ada production, ada distribution, customer, itu yang sifatnya series, di mana di sini adalah hambatan yang utama adalah adanya bullwhip effect, adanya distortion information, adanya silo dan sebagainya. Di dalam integrated supply chain ecosystem atau digital supply chain, maka kita bangun yang kita sebut digital supply chain control tower yang di tengah, di mana customer, consumer, distribution, production, supplier itu terus berinteraksi. Jadi kita bicara kepada real time, ya, semuanya itu berinteraksi sehingga tidak ada misinformation di semua lini supply chain, gitu. Memang di sini memerlukan satu teknologi, memerlukan perubahan mindset, gitu, dan perubahan kecepatan, sehingga kalau Bapak dan Ibu yang beroperasi, katakanlah satu klien kami mempunyai operasi di 68 negara, gitu ya, mereka sedang menerapkan supply chain control tower, maka mereka akan on dengan seluruh supplier maupun kepada customer mereka di 68 negara. Jadi real time, ya. Kalau kita dengar kasus-kasus di Zara dan sebagainya, ini sudah terjadi, ya, real time, ya. Nah, saya akan mencoba memutarkan video kedua supaya kita sama-sama memahami apa digital supply chain, bagaimana mengimplementasikan, bagaimana perubahan pola dari tradisional menjadi modern. Ya, saya akan mohon izin memutarkan satu video.
Advances in digital technology are having a huge impact on the world around us and leading to big changes in customer behavior. Today, connected customers behave digitally, responding to social media trends and taking part in online conversations across a vast interconnected global community. However, many supply chains can't keep up. That's because they're structured in a very traditional and sequential way. Let's take a look at how a typical company with a traditional supply chain would react to a sudden peak in demand. A celebrity posts a picture of a bag on Instagram, creating excitement and generating a sudden demand for the product across the world. The bag manufacturer's demand forecast was based on a backwards look at previous sales. So, when their sales reports show their product has sold out unexpectedly, they wake up and go into firefighting mode. The company adjusts its forecast to reflect the new level of demand and then realizes that they don't have the materials or the production capacity to make replacements. So they call their suppliers, but they don't have the materials available. The bag manufacturer asks them to order new materials and expedite shipments, leading to additional costs. Finally, when the materials arrive and the products are produced, they then have to be transported to the stores. This wasn't planned for in advance, which means premium shipping costs. All in all, it has taken the company around 4 months to replenish their product. Unfortunately, the customer just wasn't going to wait that long, and in the meantime, they bought a similar product from a rival manufacturer. In the end, with the unplanned additional costs and the unsold products, our bag manufacturer actually made a loss out of the whole experience. But it doesn't have to be like this. We believe that traditional supply chains must evolve into connected, smart, and highly efficient supply chain ecosystems, with layers to address customer solutions and digital operations. Companies who are able to set up and run customer solutions and digital operations ecosystems empower themselves to proactively manage and efficiently fulfill customer needs across multiple channels, quickly identifying changes in demand and organizing their supply chain accordingly. In this way, they can turn their supply chain into a real competitive advantage and use it as an enabler for new digital business models. Let's look at how a company with a digital supply chain would have reacted to a similar peak demand situation. The company's proactive sensing capability, including social media tracking, identifies a peak in demand early. The production plan is adjusted automatically, thanks to a direct link between demand and manufacturing. At the same time, an updated demand plan is shared with all relevant suppliers, who immediately include the new requirements in their material planning and adjust their manufacturing priorities accordingly. Meanwhile, the customer can track the order's progress, keeping up to date on when it's being manufactured and when it will be delivered. And throughout the process, the Supply Chain Transparency solution monitors relevant supply chain data from a variety of internal, external, structured and unstructured sources, enabling proactive risk management. For the last mile delivery to the customer, the company leverages an established flexible logistics network with a shared infrastructure. The result? Companies that leverage a digital supply chain operate with the versatility and agility that's needed in the digital age. That means happy customers and flowing profits. Supply chains are extremely complex organisms, and no company has succeeded in building one that's truly digital yet. The companies that get there first will gain a huge advantage in the race to Industry 4.0 and will be able to influence the technical standards for the future of their industry.
Baik, itu adalah ilustrasi mengenai penerapan digital supply chain dari satu perusahaan retail industri yang menjual tas dan sebagainya, membedakan yang kita masih memakai model tradisional, kemudian kita memakai model yang digital supply chain networks. Karakter daripada digital supply chain ada 5 hal. Pertama adalah always on agility. Jadi ini yang tadi disampaikan bahwa on terus, jadi 24 jam mereka berkomunikasi, kemudian connected community, real-time, seamless, multi-modal communication, collaboration across the value network like supplier, partners, and customers. And the most important is intelligent optimizations by using the closed-loop learning created by combining humans, machines, that we call it bionic company. Data-driven analytics, predictive insight, proactive action, kemudian end-to-end transparency, jadi ada visibility, and then the most important things as a strategics like a holistic decision making. Jadi ini hal-hal yang perlu kita pahami dari karakter digital supply chain. Ada 8 elemen yang terpenting dalam digital supply chain. Pertama dan yang paling penting adalah integrated planning and execution. Jadi ini hal yang paling harus kita pahami betul-betul bahwa sales and operation planning dan sebagainya ini betul-betul harus kita integrasikan. And then the other most important thing is the logistics feasibility by having a supplier, warehouse, productions, distribution site as customers, and we are using what we call is for procurement 4.0. We have a smart warehousings, we have efficient spare parts management, we get also autonomous B2C logistics. Dan yang tidak kalah pentingnya adalah prescriptive supply chain networks analytics by big data. Kita bisa memberikan ramalan ke depan sehingga kita membangun yang kita sebut smart supply chain enabler. Demikian Bapak dan Ibu, terima kasih sudah mendengarkan saya. Mudah-mudahan ada beberapa hal yang kita bisa pelajari hari ini. Terima kasih buat Pak Okin dan teman-teman di Asosiasi Logistik serta teman-teman sekalian. Mudah-mudahan presentasi saya ini membawa manfaat. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, terima kasih banyak Pak Hutomo Lembito. Ya, ini salah satu presentasi yang terbaik saya lihat pada tahun ini ya. Your presentation is very wonderful presentation. And for myself, we got the new insight as well about digital digitalization, and digital transformation, and digital mindset. Ya, thank you very much Pak Hutomo Lembito. Mari kita berikan aplaus untuk Pak Hutomo Lembito. Baik, Bapak Ibu, pada saat Q&A nanti ada 2 souvenir yang disediakan oleh Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia untuk Bapak Ibu. Ya, 2 pertanyaan terbaik nanti akan diputuskan oleh para pembicara di saat ini. Nanti kita akan rundingkan. Kemudian 2 souvenir itu tentunya akan sangat menarik sekali ya, yang disediakan oleh Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia. Jadi mohon untuk Bapak Ibu supaya nanti lebih aktif untuk menanyakan kepada kedua pembicara hebat kita. Ya, itu yang dapat saya sampaikan. And now, sorry. And now I would like to turn to Pak Faisal Beder, Director PT Orient Pro Solution. Yeah. And now your turn to do your presentation, Pak. Please, yeah, the mic over to you.
Thank you very much, Pak Okin. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama, Pak. Sama-sama.
Thank you very much, Pak Hutomo, for the nice and information on digitalization. So, and thank you for the Ali Association and team members listening to us. Let me present my screen. Okay, so today I'll be speaking on like what is the drivers of digitalization actually. So, apa yang dorong digitalisasi in the supply chain and logistics industry, the scope of digitalization in supply chain and logistics, and the digital enablers, the tools, the technology which is being used for digitalizations. Like Pak Hutomo was speaking on, like there are digital enablers, but we have to grow. To grow, we need digitalization. So what are the drivers which is digitalizing and which are enabling the digitalization in supply chain and logistics? So let's see on that first. So if we see how Indonesia ranks in the logistics performance index. So the logistics performance index, Indonesia ranks 46. And the score they have is 3.15 out of 5. In comparison to Singapore, like they are ranking 7, Thailand 32, Vietnam 39, Malaysia 41, all these are above us. So these rankings are given based on the timeliness of doing the logistics operations, the quality of logistics operations, the ease of international logistics, how easily we do the international logistics, moving the goods from Indonesia, the import and export part, the quality and track and trace. So these all things to improve the score to become more higher than other countries, ASEAN countries, we need to, this will be a driver, or you can say it is pushing, push us to digitalize our operations to increase the score. So this is one of the driver. The second one, everyone knows, the COVID-19 pandemic, the restrictions has driven the consumers and the merchants to online platforms. So they come on online platforms and do, these are digitalizing, right? So many people are working from home, and they have to control their operations, right? So digitalization, this is going to push the digitalization of the supply chain and logistics, as everyone knows about that. As we know, the changing consumer buying behavior. So nowadays, with all the restrictions being working from home, and this has changed the behavior of buying. People are buying online platform, and all the logistics is being supported by that. There is a high adaptation of smart devices, the quick delivery lead times. So the people are expecting once they order the goods to arrive on time and fast. So this all is pushing, or you can say driving the digitalization in logistics, like proximity to consumer market. So a lot of manufacturings are looking at countries like Indonesia, where they can find the quality of production, the laborers for manufacturing, and delivering the items to the consumers as soon as possible. So with the digitalization, this is possible. Having said that, Indonesia is having 17,000 islands, which we know, right? So these islands are connected in different parts, right? So we need a multimodal system which will drive the digitalization. The digital platform should be supporting the multimodal scenarios like road and sea or air transportation. So for end-to-end delivery of logistics and supply chain. So this is the area of digitalization. There are government plans, like around government has a budget of 400 billion until 2024 for developing the infrastructure improvements. Around 5,000 new kilometers roads has to be developed. There are 25 new airports planned, around 24 sea airports to be enhanced, and IT infrastructure improvement is also in the plan. The government is also planning to have a national logistics ecosystem platform, which will connect digitally to all the logistics players to increase the efficiency, right? So when we talk about efficiency, that is how the logistics cost will go down. If we compare the logistics cost of different countries like Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, so the logistics cost stands at 21.4% of the sales as per 2018 records. So to lower the cost of logistics, we need to increase the efficiency. To increase the efficiency, it will drive to digitalize the whole logistics and supply chain operations. Another key driver, or you can say, which is forcing us to digitalize is like the wave of e-commerce demand, which has benefited from regional structure drivers, like younger populations. 58% of 2020 population between age to 0 to 34 years in Indonesia. When we say Indonesia, the rising income levels has reached to mid-income level for the GNI per capita, which is around $4,000. So these all are enabling the e-commerce boom and the growth in the e-commerce. If you see the graph below, what we are expecting in 2025, the e-commerce will increase. The revenue will be around 114 billion only in Indonesia, which is going to increase by 29%. Compared to other countries, the value will be 32 billion in Thailand, 28 in Philippines. So what we see is a bigger market in Indonesia, and what is booming is the younger population, the rising income levels, and if you see the increasing internet and smartphone penetration. So this has also increased, like 100% smartphone penetration is there in Indonesia. The 4G, the internet penetration is 68%. The government is working on that part. So this will again boost the digital transformation in supply chain and logistics. going ahead, like what is the key challenges? Key challenges in supply chain and logistics. So based on our research and analysis, we see that the main one is the cost containment, how we can decrease the cost with digital platforms and digitalization of the whole process. The track and trace, which will increase our logistics performance index rank. There are some certain risks involved in supply chain and logistics, which has to be very transparent. There are customer demands are changing. The industries requirement, different industries have different requirements of managing the supply chain and logistics, and the customer demands are different. So this is one of the key challenges in supply chain, to manage all those different types of demands. And globalization. So Indonesia, to ease the international supply chain, how we can globalize and with a digital platform. So these are the key challenges for logistics and supply chain. This can be attained, like the efficiency, demand driven, transparent, all these are the key things which everyone is looking at, but they must be also instrumented to be resilient. They must be smart and intelligent and interconnected. So if we are interconnected, we share the informations and ease the digital supply chain. The next topic is like which areas in supply chain and logistics we can digitalize. So digitalization to drive efficiency and reduce the cost in the below areas. So we have divided into 3 parts in supply chain. Everyone looks at the customers side, and then the operation side itself. How do we digitalize this? And we need to collaborate with other subcontractors or the vendors or the shipping lines, right? So these are the areas where we need improvements. What digital transformation will improve in this area, we will see in the next slides. Like customer sides, right? So every company, they have a sales cycle. So how we can improve it? So currently the challenges is like the sales cycles get delayed, becomes longer, getting the rates. So the solution is like we have the platform where all the rates are there. The sales team can analyze the tariff, the rates for the logistics, and can recommend to the customers directly without using a manual tool like Excel, or preparing everything and preparing the manual documentations and sending it there. So automated documentation is the solution for that. Disconnected visibility. So customers do not have the visibility of their orders or their requests that's coming in. So providing a real-time visibility to them will be a digital transformation area. Collaboration with them. So the systems which they use, if we collaborate or integrate with the system, the orders which is coming in for the logistics, if that get integrated, the data flow is much faster, the efficiency increases. And the market dynamics, everything is going up and down. So based on that, you can make a flexible SOPs so that you can cater different synergies, or the work you do, the way you work, what are the steps to be done for completing the logistics. Let's say for import or export, there are certain steps, SOPs to be followed. But if there are different challenges coming in, like COVID-19 and all, so the SOPs has to be redefined. So it should be the digitalization should be configurable SOPs in that sense. The second one, the area of improving the efficiency through digitalization is on the business operation itself, like managing the different customer requirements, their SOPs. So how easily you can create different templates for different industry sectors, for F&B, for spare parts, for heavy equipments. So different processes are followed. So we can set up different SOPs in the digital platform so that all the requirements of customers are catered. Manual compliance process like custom clearance and all. So if we connect with the ecosystem, with the custom systems and all, so all the custom clearance and submissions will be easier. There are unproductive logistics activities like we need to print documentations, we need to take the sign on the manual paper. All this increase the time of logistics. So to decrease it, we need to have a paperless mobility in the warehousing solution, in the warehousing industry, where we can implement the paperless mobility solutions or the RPA enabled informations, automatic allocation of the goods, automatic allocation for picking. So all this can be automated so that the efficiency and the productivity increases. Again, the disconnected operations, there are multiple systems in the digital arena, right? So we need to connect with the finance system, with the customer's ERP, or with the customs. The digital platform should be having standard integrations, interfaces, so that it connects the data, flow of data, and make the logistics more faster. And the reactive tracking is the challenge. So it should be more proactive or predictive tracking, and systems should enable and provide informations as and when required, or recommends what has to be done to control the operations. Invoicing errors is a great challenge in the supply chain, which has to be automated. All the data of the rates should be digitalized, where it can be automated. Invoicing can be enabled. So these are the main challenges and solutions in the business operations which a digital platform provides. The third one is like how vendor management areas, where they provide different competitive rates, right? There are multiple suppliers for doing all the logistics operations. So a platform where multiple vendor can be managed and their rates can be captured, and that can be updated easily. Collaboration, connecting with their system for all this, and digital tools like IoT, mobility solutions, all this can be utilized for the operations. Manual invoicing, reconciliation. So once the vendor provides the invoicing, the freight audits and all can take place in the digital platform automatically, so that you can check whether the estimation is correct or not. And analyzing the different vendors, like how they are performing with the digital platform, is important to take decisions and improve the efficiencies in the logistics industry. So how do we enable it? So there are platforms, there are digital enablers, where it should be, the tool should be multimodal, which can provide multimodal scenario. As we know, Indonesia having multiple islands, right? So it should the digital platform should cater the multimodal scenario, as well as integrated logistics operations. So you can see the operational modules are integrated with each other. Like order is taken for all the freight, land, warehousing, e-commerce at one place, and as and when required, multimodal scenarios can take place, like a sea with road together in one order can be done. So the rate management can be managed, and billing automatically can take place. So all this helps you in increasing the efficiency, providing the visibility of the shipments, the fulfillment, and providing analytical tools to control your operations, getting the dashboards. And thirdly, the digital platform should have in standard interface integrations to collaborate with the ecosystems, like the customs, the banks, the customer, and the partner systems. So digital tools like analytics, artificial intelligence, the IoT, all this can be enabled in logistics industries to increase the efficiency and performance of the logistics as a whole. And it can be a cloud-based platform, where in a cloud-based platform, when we say it has no capex, so no capital expenditure, so it is more on pay-per use. So it makes the digital enablement more faster and accessible from anywhere. In the current situation, it is required that you can access the system from anywhere, work from home or work from anywhere you want. There is no maintenance required for the people to go and manage the servers and all. The scalability is automatic on cloud for the digital platform. So a company to decide like whether we need to go for on cloud or on premise in this current situations to be resilient to the COVID-19 and other challenges which we are going to face in future, which we don't know. So it is like more on cloud solutions, where you have less intervention and less people to require to manage and the servers and all. Of course, the digitalization will enable people to think more on planning part, on how to improve the efficiencies of the working in warehousing and other parts. So here we see that how digital enablement tool looks for a warehousing platform. So where all the activities should be configurable, the inbound activities, the outbound activities, the strategies for picking, put away, all transfers, returns, all is can be configurable. The product locations can be configurable automatically. You can do the value-added services, task management to manage on the handheld devices, replenishments and label printing. So this is a sample screen where how the digital platform caters the multimodal warehouse, road with inbound warehouse inbound, and can see the milestone activities. The supervisors of the warehouse can monitor the activities in one screen, and the operators can manage the whole operations, the warehouse activities, movement, packaging, and receiving everything on the mobile with paperless operations. Automated storage billing to take place to faster the invoicing to your customers. How the freight digitalization area looks like there are in freight, there are certain, like we have a sales team, we have a procurement team. So all and each and every department should be digitalized and should be interconnected. So the procurement, which dealing with the vendors, with the subcons, they manage the rates. These rates can be provided to the sales team as a tariff, and then they can get new inquiries and discuss the rate with the customers, all through digital platform. And once the orders are confirmed, the executions takes place. There are different operations, how to ease the logistics in Indonesia. International logistics, make international logistics easy. There's certain multiple scenarios of freight should be enabled or digitalized, like order management, consolidations, how easily you can do consolidation and deconsolidation, how the digital platform provides multimodal operations, buyers consolidations, transshipments, cross trade, So all these scenarios should be digitalized. This digital platform should provide the solution to manage all these operations. Just the screen to show you how in one order multiple end-to-end like road, sea, export, import in one order end-to-end can be managed. A multi-modal scenario can be managed with having multiple office. When you globalize, like if you have office in Houston or you have office in Netherlands, so the export is happening from Houston and the import is happening in Netherlands. So it can be globalized. So systems should be able to manage the globalization of logistics and supply chain with track and trace of all the milestones and capturing the any delay informations, printing of documentations automatically and from the system, from the digital platform, automatically calculating the invoicing, giving you the profitability at the shipment level. So all these things can be done by the digital platform, which will increase the efficiency and productivity and increase the logistics performance index of Indonesia. One area which is booming is e-commerce. So in Indonesia, as I stated earlier, the e-commerce is rising, and how do we digitalize all the operations, like the automatically allocation of the goods, picking through mobile, quality control, packing, dispatching, connecting with the last mile, connecting with the marketplace, receiving the goods from different sellers, managing completely on the mobile devices to increase the efficiency. So the picker knows from which location to pick and do the delivery. Let me play a video on how digital platform looks like for the e-commerce. Okay, so the digital platform should also cater the road transportations by configuring the SOPs, EPOD management, e-activity update, multi-pick and drop, so complete document management, cash management, track and trace. The digital platform should be able to cater that. Taking the EPOD on mobile, providing the reasons for the delay or any non-delivery items, taking the signature, the receiver informations. Today also in Indonesia, we take a hard copy signature and do the invoicing, which still takes time. So if EPOD is enabled here, then it will increase the efficiency of the logistics. One area in this pandemic which has increased is the healthcare industry, the vaccine supply chain or the healthcare distribution. The digital platform should be able to cater the complete logistics from manufacturing to mother hub, from mother hub to the province or the distribution centers, and from distribution centers to the health facilities. Each one collaborating for replenishments and receiving of the goods and supplying it, having the complete visibility and the real-time track and trace. So all this digital transformations will enable the logistics more transparent, more easy, and more efficient. The track and trace, which is very important, like to tracking the shipments, what are the number of shipments in a particular order, and where, what are the key milestones, what is the estimated and the actual plan dates. Actual dates can be monitored from the visibility track and trace modules. And on mobile, like tracking the vehicle itself, so getting on the map and how much vehicles information. So all this area can be digitalized and enabled with the digital platform. And the last one is the dashboard reporting, where you have the complete informations of your complete warehousing and logistics supply chain informations. This is how it looks like. This is a sample example. While where in Indonesia, multiple warehouses, how much the stocks are there, the utilizations and all can be seen from one platform. So the digital platform should be connected to the ecosystem of supply chain. Like the platform should be connected with the shipping lines, with the ERPs, with the network agents, having connectivity with different analytical tools, with data models, e-commerce marketplace, with the customs in the customs of different countries, financial services like consortium of banks, payment gateways for financial supply chain. So the digital platform should be able to cater the financial needs of supply chain, mobility solutions like GPS and all, and the warehouse control systems. There are many like Handle, Voice, SRS, Light, and all. So a platform, digital platform to enable the digitalization, it has to be connected with different ecosystems. Lastly, from a standard from analog supply chain, how logistics can transform into more in globalized way, like connecting with the customer's customer and to the multiple supplier factories from where the customers are buying, managing the inventory, managing the carriers and forwarders, the customs and the government's informations and the banks and finance. So this is the future where the digital platforms, Hutuma was also highlighting on the control of control tower, where you can have all the collaborations in one digital platform. So this is where it is. I hope I have covered the digital platforms, how we can digitalize, and what are the scope of digitalization. Thank you very much for listening to me. I will pass on to Okin from here.
Thank you, Pak Faisal Badar, untuk presentasinya ya.
Thank you.
I think you have made important point, Pak Faisal, that audience, while we are looking at the technology, I think it at the center of it, yeah. You are outlining how to digitalize, and maybe this is a part of your have done in success story in Orient Pro Solution in Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And it's been fascinating and illuminating for outlining proven digital solution for logistic company, for sure, yeah. And first step to start digitalizing and resources needed. Thank you very much, Pak Faisal Badar. Sangat-sangat bagus sekali your presentation ya.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Yeah, okay. Bapak Ibu sekalian, this is the end of the presentation session dari kedua pembicara kita ya, kedua pembicara kita, speaker kita yang memang betul-betul hebat dan top banget gitu loh. Jadi sekarang kita would like to open to our upcoming session, Q&A session ya. Nah, sementara kita masuk Q&A session, saya sudah mengkolek ada beberapa pertanyaan. Jadi ada beberapa pertanyaan seperti saya tadi sebutkan, ada 2 pertanyaan terbaik nanti yang akan mendapatkan souvenir dari Asosiasi Logistik Indonesia. Baik, Pak Hutomo Lembito, mungkin saya bagaimana Pak Hutomo Lembito dan Pak Faisal Badar setuju biar saya bacakan saja beberapa pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang saya pikir bisa mewakili, karena pertanyaannya banyak sekali, betul-betul banyak pertanyaan. Jadi kalau misalnya kita bacakan semua, itu akan banyak sekali, mungkin take time. Nah, untuk Bapak Ibu yang memang tertarik dan sudah menanya, pertanyaan selanjutnya mungkin nanti akan direspon lewat WA ya, WA atau by email oleh para pembicara kita. Tapi untuk sementara ini kita akan menanyakan beberapa pertanyaan mungkin yang bisa mewakili dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan para peserta Bapak Ibu ya. Demikian kira-kira seperti itu. Kalau memang kita sepakati seperti itu, saya akan langsung bertanya nih langsung kepada, maksudnya saya akan bacakan pertanyaan dari audiens kepada Bapak Hutomo Lembito dan Bapak Faisal Badar ya Pak ya. Setuju ya Pak, kedua pembicara?
Setuju Pak, siap.
Oke, pertanyaan pertama ini dari Pak Hadi Sofyan ke Pak Hutomo ya Lembito. Mohon penjelasan kepada Bapak Hutomo bagaimana mengukur keberhasilan transformasi digital atau digital supply chain network. Ya. Dan apakah dengan adanya perubahan menjadi digital supply chain network akan terjadi peningkatan produktivitas karyawan? Ya, apakah akan berdampak kepada peningkatan inovasi dan juga peningkatan jangkauan yang lebih banyak, maksudnya mendapat banyak customer. Kira-kira begitu ya Pak Lembito?
Baik Pak. Langsung dijawab atau dikumpulkan?
Dikumpulkan aja dulu Pak. Nah, itu pertanyaan pertama. Pertanyaan kedua Pak, untuk Pak Lembito juga. Di dalam integrated supply chain ecosystem, ada divisi baru yang namanya Supply Chain Control Tower. Ya, jika dilihat pada bagan, fungsi dari divisi ini sebagai pusat kontrol semua aktivitas supply chain. Saya ingin tahu Pak, apa sih tugas utama Control Tower ini? Lalu karena dia menjadi inti yang mengatur kegiatan operasional supply chain tool, apa yang digunakan supaya divisi ini bisa bekerja optimal dalam merespon perubahan-perubahan di dalam aktivitas operasi, mengingat di era disrupsi teknologi ini, informasi sangat cepat dan semakin responsif. Ini dari Aditias. Gimana Pak Hutomo? Perlu saya, Pak Lembito? Saya ulang lagi.
Kira-kira ditangkap Pak. Inti.
Iya. 2 pertanyaan atau tambah lagi, 1 lagi Pak? Karena masih ada banyak sekali Pak.
3 dulu.
3 dulu, 1 lagi ya Pak?
Ya.
Ini ke Pak Hutomo Lembito juga. Ya. Saat ini biaya logistik di Indonesia masih dibilang cukup mahal. Untuk menekan biaya tersebut, perlu adanya sistem logistik nasional. Oleh karena itu, terkait dengan digital transformation untuk supply chain and logistik ini, apakah dibuatkan sistemnya terlebih dahulu secara nasional, dalam hal ini regulasi pemerintah, dan kolaborasi perusahaan logistik, baru kemudian digital transformation atau kodenya untuk perlu berjalan beriringan. Terima kasih, ini dari Pak Kurnia, KAI Logistik.
Baik.
Ya. Oke, kemudian pertanyaan selanjutnya untuk E3, jadi masing-masing yang 3 ya kita sepakati. Pak Faisal Badar, ini ada pertanyaan untuk Bapak, ya. Dari saya nggak tahu ini Bapak atau Ibu ya, mungkin Ibu Fahira Giarahmani, ya. Pak Badar, ini agak panjang ya ininya pertanyaannya. Good morning, Mr. Faisal. As you may know, today Indonesia is transitioning into a digital supply chain logistic 4.0, smart logistic, through implementation of the NLE using OSS system to integrate the currently fragmented logistics system. There are many challenges to implement digital system. For example, actor in the system not being technologically digitally literate enough, so they may revert back to the initial manual system. Yeah, when they could not perform the task they are assigned to, assuming there are many people in the field that has this risk. What do you think is the ideal action we should take to ensure that every human component in the new system can perform well? That's the first question, yeah. The second question, is training enough? Okay, the third question, or should we replace the manpower with resources that are more digitally literate? Yeah. Got it, Pak
Got it.
Faisal?
Yes, Pak.
Oke, pertanyaan kedua ini dari Adiha, ya. How or what real action in digital transformation era that can start be done to make cost more efficient? Yeah, so we can start apply this. This from Adiha. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this question, the last question for you. Supplier may be located across the world, so employer may expect to have a process in place for staying in touch with them. Please, what is the strategy for staying connected with supplier? This is from Pak Hadi Mardianto.
Okay.
Okay, 3 question is, I think if Pak Lembit already, maybe in your mind already, okay, you can deliver your answer.
Okay, thank you for the question from Pak Adi Sofyan, Pak Dija, and Ibu Kurnia. Pertanyaan tadi mungkin secara singkat, bagaimana sebetulnya mengukur keberhasilan transformasi digital, ya, kalau saya tidak salah tangkap gitu ya. Kemudian bagaimana apakah terjadi peningkatan gitu ya. Kembali lagi tadi saya sampaikan bahwa yang terutama dalam transformasi digital ini adalah karena transformasi digital ini adalah strategik gitu ya, sifatnya strategik. Jadi berarti mulai dari high level, dari level paling tinggi sampai level paling bawah itu memahami dulu yang tadi saya sampaikan, perubahan pola pikir. Nah, kalau itu memang, karena kembali lagi teknologi hanya enablers gitu ya, teknologi itu adalah pendukung, tapi yang terutama adalah pola pikir, yaitu aktor-aktor ataupun pelaku-pelaku utama di dalam transformasi digital ini yang memahami gitu. Nah, kalau kita ibaratkan kita ingin pergi ke satu tempat, kita pengen naik sepeda gitu ya, dari saya ke tempatnya Pak Okin pengen naik sepeda gitu, kemudian kita tidak diberikan pemahaman apa pentingnya sepeda, bagaimana mengendarai sepeda gitu ya, maka sepeda itu tidak ada gunanya gitu. Tapi kalau kita memahami dan cara menggunakannya dengan baik, maka pasti akan memberikan manfaat gitu. Cara ngukurnya ya, saya sampai ke tempat Pak Okin dengan enak gitu, selamat, kemudian lebih cepat gitu daripada saya jalan kaki, lebih sehat. Demikian juga di dalam perusahaan. Pasti akan ada yang kalau kita pahami ada 3 flow dari supply chain gitu, flow of information, flow of goods and product, flow of cash gitu ya. Terjadi aliran barang yang begitu cepat. Jadi kalau saya ibaratkan di dalam tubuh kita, kalau kita ada aliran darah kita lancar, maka kita sehat gitu. Tapi kalau aliran darahnya nggak lancar, terjadi hambatan, kita bisa kena stroke gitu ya. Demikian juga perusahaan bisa kena stroke. Nah, cara kita melihat adalah kesehatan perusahaan, terutama agility gitu ya. Mampu beradaptasi dengan lingkungan yang berubah dengan cepat. Kita sekarang mengalami 3 disrupsi yang boleh saya teman-teman atau bapak-bapak ibu sekalian memahami. Pertama, disrupsi milenial, bagaimana kita sekarang beradaptasi dengan generasi baru yang pola pikirnya berbeda dengan kita. Belum selesai itu, kita kena disrupsi teknologi 4.0, terus kena lagi disrupsi pandemik. Gitu. Jadi, triple disruption, dan itu hanya dijawab dengan kalau kita melakukan digital transformation di perusahaan. Di mana kita bisa melakukan kecepatan informasi. Tadi mungkin Pak Faisal sudah menyampaikan bahwa akan menjadi online system, akan menjadi semuanya transparan, visible, dan kalau kita membayangkan satu perusahaan kita bisa melihat semuanya transparan, informasinya kita jamin, akurasinya, kemudian integrity datanya juga kita bisa jamin, kemudian decision making prosesnya kita bisa lebih cepat, bisa pakai tools di DSS, ada pakai artificial intelligence sebagainya. Ini akan menjamin bahwa kita akan cukup yakinkan bahwa kita akan lebih kompetitif menghadapi era perubahan yang begitu cepat gitu ya. Jadi kemudian bagaimana cara terjadi peningkatan, ya pasti akan berbeda gitu. Kalau kita bandingkan tadi saya jalan kaki ke tempat Pak Okin, ya mungkin 5 km saya butuh waktu 1 jam gitu ya. Saya naik sepeda, saya butuh mungkin setengah jam atau mungkin bahkan 15 menit kalau sepedanya, apalagi turunan ya Pak Okin ya. Nah, itu pasti akan lebih cepat gitu sampai ya. Jadi pasti kita akan lebih melihat terjadi peningkatan di dalam seluruh area bisnis gitu. Informasi lebih transparan. Itu mungkin jawaban saya untuk Pak Hadi Sofyan. Kemudian dari Pak Aditya ya.
Iya.
Lebih ke supply chain tower ya Pak. Kalau saya tidak salah.
Betul. Supply chain tower.
Jadi tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Pak Faisal gitu ya. Supply chain towers itu dia akan sangat berfungsi dan kita sudah melihat banyak sekali perusahaan-perusahaan sekarang sudah menerapkan tentunya dengan berbagai macam teknologi gitu. Jadi supply chain tower itu apa fungsinya gitu ya? Kalau saya melihat sebetulnya lebih ke dalam sebetulnya command centers gitu. Jadi Anda seperti kayak air traffic controls gitu kalau di pelabuhan udara tuh. Jadi kapan kapalnya mau mendarat, kapal mau terbang, jangan sampai kapalnya tabrakan. Demikian juga dalam supply chain towers itu dia melakukan fungsi yang sifatnya online dan agile gitu. Jadi saya membayangkan gitu kalau Pak Okin order ke saya, atau saya punya ada 70 perusahaan supplier saya di Eropa atau di Amerika, kemudian saya juga punya customer di 100 negara gitu ya. Pak Okin order gitu ya, 10 kontainer gitu, saya langsung order itu Pak Okin kirim ke saya, maka dalam tempo 1 detik seluruh supplier saya maupun customer saya di seluruh dunia bisa mengerti, melihat gitu. Jadi kita bisa bayangkan ke depan gitu forecasting menjadi mungkin tidak terlalu signifikan gitu karena tidak ada yang perlu di forecast gitu karena semua real time datanya dan kemudian juga bisa kita dapatkan supplier akan bisa melihat tracking atau kita bisa melihat juga tracingnya, kita bisa melihat pakai sensornya, sistemnya gitu ya, jadi semua permintaan customer kita bisa detect dan juga kondisi supplier kita kalau kita karena punya multiple supplier, katakanlah kita punya supplier di 80 negara gitu. Langsung kita bisa melihat bahwa negara A tidak ada stok, dia akan langsung switch ke negara B automatically dengan pakai DSS atau dengan artificial intelligence gitu. Jadi semuanya itu bisa kita deteksi yang sebetulnya manless gitu ya. Jadi sebetulnya ini sudah human intervention-nya sudah sangat sedikit sekali. Paling kita waktu bikin decision making. Nah inilah sebetulnya kita fungsi supply chain tower. Kalau kita di dalam teori sederhananya itu SNOP lah, Sales and Operation Planning gitu ya, yang mengintegrasikan demand dan supply gitu. Tapi ini kan dengan teknologi gitu. Jadi fungsinya seperti itu. Kemudian dari Bu Kurnia menampilkan sebetulnya gimana sih Sloknas gitu ya, ini menjadi diskusi menarik karena kami sebagai tim dari ALI ikut membangun atau ikut membentuk Sloknas, ini menjadi pertanyaan-pertanyaan klasik gitu ya. Sebetulnya gimana policy pemerintah gitu. Kita ingat ada 6 key drivers. Salah satu key drivernya adalah yang terpenting adalah ICT. Kalau saya lihat dari 6 itu yang kita mulai dari community based dan kepada perilaku, kemudian kepada SDM dan sebagainya. Tapi yang terpenting dari Sloknas ini adalah sebetulnya ada 3 pokok, yaitu pengembangan human capitals, kedua adalah pengembangan ICT, dan yang paling penting adalah law and regulation. Dan ini yang menjadi sulit gitu ya. Di negara kita yang multiple, banyak punya kepentingan, banyak daerah yang kita mesti manage, infrastruktur yang belum nyata dan sebagainya, belum merata gitu ya. Peran Sloknas sangat penting gitu ya. Sehingga kalau tadi ditanyakan mulainya dari mana sih gitu, teknologi dulu atau Sloknas dulu atau policy dulu, harusnya jalan beriringan gitu. Karena sebetulnya konsep dari Sloknas ini kita sudah gelar dengan Kepres nomor 26 tahun 2012, artinya sudah 5 tahun yang lalu gitu. Dan kalau ditanya implementasinya gimana, nah ini kan sebetulnya masalah law and regulation, bagaimana pemerintah mendukung gitu ya, bagaimana berkolaborasi, tapi bukan berarti Sloknas itu tidak bekerja secara konseptual sebagai fondasi dalam kita mengambil keputusan akan berpegang pada Sloknas gitu. Karena key driversnya yang diinisiasi oleh ALI itu masih valid gitu ya sampai sekarang gitu, dan saya rasa akan datang. Jadi locally integrated, globally connected itu sudah menunjukkan bahwa digital mindset-nya udah masuk, karena kita bilang locally integrated, yaitu terintegrasi secara keseluruhan dengan penambahan teknologi, dan juga globally connected. Nah, itu berarti kan sudah ada gitu. Sangat jelas gitu. Tinggal bagaimana mengimplementasikannya, saya rasa paralel gitu. Tapi kita sebagai para pengusaha di sini, mungkin sebagian besar bapak-bapak yang ada pengusaha di sini dan juga para pengambil keputusan atau dari BUMN, saya rasa kita tidak perlu menunggu gitu ya. We have to start from sometime or somewhere, what point gitu ya, we have to start. Kita nggak bisa nunggu gitu ya, karena teknologi kan berjalan cepat gitu. Kalau Anda diem, Anda udah ketinggalan gitu kan, yang lain berlari gitu. Jadi we have to move gitu ya, dan cepat gitu ya. Tentu perlu ada arahan, perlu ada pandangan perlu menggunakan teknologi. Di sini kita punya pakarnya, Pak Faisal, lebih banyak nanti bicara bagaimana implementasi teknologi. Ya, teknologi tersedia kok, ya, dimanapun ada gitu. Jadi Anda mau cari dimanapun teknologi itu tersedia, tergantung kita niatnya gitu. Kalau kita mau pakai, banyak sekali various teknologi, mau yang level menengah, level atas dan sebagainya, so many teknologi gitu, ada gitu ya. Tinggal kita mau pakai apa enggak. Kemudian bagaimana mindset terbangun di pimpinan perusahaan. Jadi kita tinggal milih aja kok. Banyak sekali gitu teknologinya. Jadi Anda sesuaikan dengan katakanlah budget Anda, sesuaikan dengan transformation, dan yang paling penting adalah manusianya dulu nih, ya. Ya ini insan-insan ahli yang hadir di sini, sahabat-sahabat ahli yang hadir di sini, mindsetnya gitu kita mesti berubah. We have to change or we die. Gitu. Demikian Pak Okin, mudah-mudahan jawaban saya walaupun mungkin belum menjawab semuanya, tapi bisa mewakili pertanyaan dari Pak Hadi, Pak Aditya dan Bu Kurnia. Demikian.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Hutomo Lembito. Jawabannya itu sangat clear sekali. Justru jawaban Bapak membuat saya juga jadi tambah penasaran. Cuma saya di sini jadi moderator, Pak. Karena ada beberapa mungkin case yang kita lihat dalam regulasi atau dalam eksekusi yang dilakukan oleh pemerintah kita, kan kita masuk ke locally integrated, globally connected. Benar ya, Pak ya? Tapi kadang-kadang pada saat mereka memutuskan sesuatu, kenapa mereka dibalik, Pak? Jadi menurut Pak Hutomo Lembito, itu kita locally integrated dulu atau globally connected, Pak? Atau dibalik aja, globally connected baru locally integrated, Pak?
Jawaban saya sederhana gitu. Kalau Bapak mau bangun kantor pusat dulu atau kantor cabang gitu kan? Ya kan Pak ya. Yang dibangun kan kantor pusat dulu. Baru kantor cabang ya. Berarti kan harus kita beresin internal kita dulu di perusahaan kita yang beroperasi di Indonesia dulu katakanlah. Locally integrated gitu ya, karena kita punya multiples, tadi sudah sampaikan kita punya multi moda yang begitu banyak, kita punya island yang begitu ini. Nah, ini banyak sekali sehingga beresin dulu dalamnya gitu ya. Never ever go to overseas without you design your local companies properly gitu Pak.
Absolutely right Pak, absolutely right Pak Dokter. Itu betul itu harus ditanamkan karena beberapa webinar yang kita lihat mereka tuh nggak mengerti, maksudnya pemahaman mengenai itu agak kurang pas gitu.
Siap Pak.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Lembito, luar biasa sekali ya. Oke, terima kasih sekali. Oke, next Pak Faisal, silakan Pak Faisal. Unmute please Pak.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Okin, for the questions explaining me. And the first question, I think, is more on like people, assuming there are many people in the field that has this risk, right? What do you think is the ideal action we should take to ensure that every human components in the new system can perform well? So controlling people is key challenge everywhere in every industry. So not only in logistics. So to analyze like how they are performing, we have to work with them, right? Digitally, there are many tools where RPA and autonomous is going to come. But we have to utilize the people here, right? In Indonesia, we are not short of human power. So, but as long as we are working in this logistics industry, we have to work with them to know whether they are working properly or they are doing the work nicely with the technology which is they having. So there are analysis reports, the productivity reports for each and every people to monitor their performance. So those analytical tools can be enabled, whether how much, let's say an example of warehousing, how much a particular operator is taking time in picking, and what is your expectation. So based on that, you can know whether the productivity is achieved or not. So the people, like if you don't want to do on each and every people, you can check on the whole business, whether in a particular day there are 500 orders. Are you able to complete those orders, fulfill those orders on time? So is it because of the people or because of other factors. So there are tools to measure the performance, we can say, to answer that questions. The second is training enough? On the first question itself, is training enough? Training one time is not enough. The people have to adapt the change request, as Pa Hutoma was saying. They need to be, you can say, yes, they have to be internet savvy, the computer savvy. We have initiated a program in Trisakti University where we have trained the professors. The professors are training to the students, and they are certifying with the theory. They are doing the practical, like how the order can be captured, how the shipment happens. So in Trisakti University in Indonesia, we have started a program where with the theory they learn the system, like how to operate those. So yes, we have to improve people which adapt to the digitalizations. That is very important. So how do we do it? We have to start with the grassroots levels, like from the universities or in the schools, where they learn online on a platform, on a digital platform, how it happens, how to take the order, how to do the warehouse picking and packing in the system, how to do the put away of the items, how to do the shipments, export, what are the activities. So they all can do through the platform itself. So we have started that program. I think that will enable people to be, the manpower to be more digital savvy, or you can say more computer savvy, and those people will adapt to more easily. So I think that is the answer for the first question. Okay, shall I answer the second question also?
Yes, yeah, just keep going, no problem. I think we have to make everything very simple so you can continue.
Yeah. The second question was like how to do the cost containment in the areas. So like I was presenting, like what are the areas where we can improve digitally so that the cost is contained, like the unproductive activities, like you do manual operations of capturing the orders. So if we integrate, there is a time saving operations. When you have the informations provided to the driver for the delivery, let's say they are delivering an item from point A to point B, and then you are able to give them the order on mobile, and you are able to track and trace their activities, whether really they are doing istirahat or they are moving on. So you'll be able to track and trace how much time they spend in one area. So the track and trace is important, which is enabled through digital platform, where you give the orders to them. You can know if there is any extra cost breakdown happens, or the picking in warehousing is taking time on time. The invoicing is done automatically without manual. The document you prepare, the Surat Jalan or whatever document you prepare, is through automated. So time is money actually. So if you increase the efficiency, the time is saved and the cost is reduced actually, and you increase in money. The third question was like the suppliers are located in different parts of the world. How do we connect with them? So as from the digital background, I would say you have to connect them with digital platform itself, like the orders you provide or the customer provides to the suppliers, multiple suppliers. So you bring them into one platform. All the purchase orders given to the suppliers is visible to the suppliers. Suppliers directly can confirm whether they have the stock, and they can communicate with the logistics companies, like they are ready with the items ordered, and they can provide the estimated time and when they can deliver. So all these actions has to be digitalized. So and you must be communicating with the platform on that order itself, like how what is going on, when the production will be ready, when the shipment will be loaded. So all these activities, SOPs, has to be listed down, or we can create a template of the SOPs, and both all the suppliers, they can update that online on the digital platform, so you get connected with them and have the complete visibility with the suppliers. I hope I have answered all the 3 questions and it meets the expectation. Thank you for the questions, Pak.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer, Pak Faisal. I think 3 questions from you and from Pak Lembito is good, but maybe there is the last question. Maybe you can ask Pak Faisal or Pak Hutomo Lembito this question from Pak Ahmad Yunani Telkom. Yeah, Pak Lembito, Pak Faisal. Yeah, this is a simple question, but actually they have the important content. Yeah, when we are going to equip our business with digital platform, yeah, for core activities, which is more favorable, develop it in-house or outsources to other party, IT company, for example. Yes.
Hutomo will answer, or shall I answer this?
Dua-duanya. Ini pertanyaan.
It's your turn, Pak Faisal. So I will follow after you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the question is like how we can equip, right? So for the digital, should we use the in-house or to go for a platform, digital platform?
Yes, correct.
So
correct.
it depends. It actually, you can check whether the system, if you are looking to build in-house, it will require a lot of time, a lot of process to be listed down first, and whether that process is mature enough in supply chain and logistics, that has to be checked out. And you need people, the consultants and all, to do those things. So there are some challenges in doing your in-house development, where you are dependent on many people, where you have to collaborate, bring them on one table to have that done, and then manage all the developers, ITs and all. So if your business core is something different, you can look out for digital platforms with the best practice, how they have developed similar scenarios in the supply chain. You can check out on that for faster go-to-market strategy. So if your core business is not IT, I would suggest to look for platforms which are similar to your requirement, where it can enable you to go to market faster, and they have the best practice within the digital platform itself, which can be implemented. So I would recommend on that part.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Faisal. Hope your answer can fulfill Pak Ahmad, yeah, Pak Ahmad. Okay, next, please go ahead, Pak Hutomo Lembito.
Thanks for the question from Ahmad
Yunani
from Telkom University. I think I do agree with what Pak Faisal informed you, that it is of course the policy from the company whether they have such budget for the development or buying from outsource from the softwares. And this is a lot of discussion among the clients or among the companies, that whether we should buy outside or the outsource or buying, or we are using our own development. The most important things is if you develop by yourself, the time is not in your side. Means you have also bugs, you have also some problems inside, and collaboration. And the biggest challenge that where you are going talk to the users, and users always request a different things that Pak Okin have a different what would like to have the format of the report like that. Ibu Marisa have a different things, even though you are sitting in the same division, and then we try to entertain because we are internals, and then we feel a little bit uncomfort while you say no to your peers or your boss or the supervisors. That's why this is also a lack of times, and then consume times. I'm not saying that buying from Osor you don't have any problems at all. Yes, of course you have problems, but since the time is not in our side, so I would prefer, I would suggest to combine that your internal IT peoples will work together with the somebody outside that they provide the softwares, and then they can talk, and then you don't need to buy all, and you can also develop by yourself. But the main frames or the main application you can buy from outside because you are saving times. And then when the questions coming in, how about the money? Of course, that you have to stay ahead. You have to invest, and you have no time to otherwise your competitor will take your business then, right? So itu selalu menjadi kesulitan kita pada waktu kita ditanya gitu mau pakai dari luar atau enggak. Ya lebih baik saya sampaikan kembali lagi kepada kalau budget ada budget ya kenapa enggak gitu ya. Kalau enggak seperti kita tanya, saya ditanya Pak Okin, Pak Lembito, enaknya kita bikin sepeda dulu atau kita beli sepeda gitu ya. Ya, reinventing the wheels kan. Jadi saya bikin lagi desain sepeda dulu ya, nanya gitu, dan itu belum tentu ngeremnya benar gitu ya Pak ya. Jadi hal-hal seperti ini yang selalu kita tanya. Kemudian ada beberapa pertanyaan, mungkin secara singkat saya jawab saja, bagaimana kita merubah mindset gitu ya, bagaimana kalau people's reluctant to change gitu, bagaimana kalau superiors kita nggak mau berubah gitu ya. Selalu pertanyaan saya sederhana saja, jawabannya sederhana gitu. Kalau dia nggak mau berubah, dia akan dihukum oleh pihak luar gitu. Artinya kadang-kadang kita menyampaikan beberapa ide-ide kita, tapi mungkin bos kita ataupun ownernya nggak mau berubah gitu. Nanti dia yang akan dirubah oleh orang luar gitu. Artinya apa? Perusahaan tidak kompetitif lagi gitu. Jadi dia tidak mau berubah, and you die gitu. Jadi kata kuncinya adalah ya yang abadi adalah perubahan gitu Pak ya.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ya, the uncertainty becomes certain gitu ya Pak.
Yeah, betul. Absolutely right.
Yeah. All right, Pak. Thank you so much, and for all the questions, we are very glad to this, and we are very pleased that all the participation and all the question. Of course, we do not have time, but we will take a notes and we will try to help to answer as fast as we can. Thank you so much, Pak Okin, and thank you, Pak Faisal, for very good cooperation with Aldi. And thank you for audience that really want to stay with us. It's all more than 300. It's amazing. Thank you, Pak Okin. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Pak Lembito. Oh baik, Bapak Ibu sekalian yang saya hormati, kita sudah sampai ke penghujung acara kita. Saya akan wrapping up atau membuat satu summary. Tetapi sebelumnya, buat para ibu yang penasaran kok pertanyaan saya belum dijawab, don't worry ya. Nanti akan kita jawab ya melalui WA atau juga melalui email yang tersedia ya, seperti itu kira-kira. Jadi kita tetap komunikasi ke depannya seperti apa ya. This is the end our panel session today. Thank you very much for all of you ya. Mohon izin to allow me to summarize the key point from our webinar this morning ya. Given the depth and richness of the discussion, yeah, for sure, there are main ideas that have emerged from our discussion today. The first, I am very interesting about the three amigos from Pak Lembito, yeah, on widening digital cloud, a change of digital mindset. Digital transformation to become bionic company, yeah, and digital mindset, and then digital supply chain in terms of exploring new ways of business, particularly in supply chain and logistic industry, but also toward diversifying of maximizing channel for the delivery of service to serve, for sure, for customer requirement. And the second, this is talking about the strengthening the analysis and equality in the era of digital. What are some of the crucial things accelerating innovation, unleashing the creativity, How do we do this through forging a partnership? That ACM Profits is one. Maybe Forsak can explore on this. And then the third is challenge and solution. We heard already about this presentation from Mr. Faisal. Yeah, Faisal is talking about driver of digital transformation, supply chain, logistic, implementation of national logistic ecosystem platform with aim to cut logistic costs, digitalization enabler, integrated logistic platform, tools that influence different supply chain attributes, multimodal feasibility, efficiency, resilience, and risk. New digital approach, many more about that. And then for sure, yeah, we need dashboard monitoring, and the last supply chain ecosystem collaboration with main goal for sure to lower cost of logistics and increase the efficiency at the same time. Thank you very much. Okay, this is my closing also as moderator. Okay, last but not least, yeah, most appreciation to our speaker, yeah, today, Bapak Dr. Insinyur Hutomo Lembito and Bapak Faisal Badar, and of course to all of you audience who have taken time to join with us today. Oke, baik Bapak Ibu yang sekalian, terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Demikian yang dapat kami share pada kesempatan webinar kerjasama Ali dan ACM Profit ini, ya Orient Pro. Harapan saya webinar ini bisa memberikan manfaat bagi kita semua. Thank you everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay well. Terima kasih, mic over to you. Kembali saya serahkan kepada Ibu MC kita, Ibu Marisa. Terima kasih, Bu. Silakan.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Okin atas panduannya dalam diskusi hari ini. Terima kasih juga kepada para panelis dan narasumber kita yang sangat hebat hari ini, Pak Lembito dan Pak Faisal Badar. Ya, sebelum mengakhiri webinar hari ini, izinkan kami untuk mendokumentasikan kegiatan. Mohon untuk Bapak, Ibu, dan rekan-rekan sekalian bisa dinyalakan kameranya. Untuk nanti admin akan memfoto layar yang ada. Mungkin untuk bakalan ada beberapa slide, jadi mohon ditahan senyumnya. Silakan admin untuk di capture.
Baik, mohon izin Bapak dan Ibu. Terima kasih Bapak dan Ibu.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Ya, untuk Bapak-Bapak. Ya.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Terima kasih semua.
Terima kasih Bapak Ibu.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Sampai jumpa di.
Sampai jumpa kembali.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Mohon izin.